Some mistakes are fairly easy to recover from. Others can cause long-lasting and near-permanent damage. And that's the way it is with Social Security if you miss just a few things. So here's the 5 most common mistakes that I see individuals making, and some of these can have devastating results. One of my most trusted mentors used to tell me quite often, big doors swing on little hinges. What he meant by that was that small decisions can often have very large consequences. That's not only true for life, but it's true for retirement planning, and within retirement planning, it's certainly true for Social Security. Some small decisions that you make today can come back and have disastrous effects later, especially if the income that you're receiving off of Social Security is very important to your retirement income plan. So here are the 5 things that you need to watch out for to keep this Social Security mistake from devastating your retirement plan. Number 1, getting yourself into an overpayment situation from the income limit. Many people have never heard of an overpayment letter until they receive one in their mailbox addressed to them. They'll often call me and say things like, Devin, surely this isn't correct. Why would they overpay me? Don't they understand their own rules? Well, unfortunately, it happens, and it happens more often than you might think. I get these calls quite often. They give us this huge rule book to follow, and then if they improperly pay us benefits, they'll send us this letter up to 5 years later requesting us to pay back all of those benefits, or they'll conveniently stop our payments and take the collection out of that. Now, there's one reason that I have seen these overpayments happen more than any other reason, and that's the Social Security income limit. The Social Security Administration doesn't always ask the right questions when they're taking your application. Sometimes they do, but you may misunderstand them, or they may misunderstand your response. But for whatever reason, it happens quite often that someone less than full retirement age, making more than the income limit, starts to receive benefits. And they think it's okay. They think they're fine receiving that benefit amount. But the Social Security Administration will catch up to it in an audit procedure, and they will send you a notice of overpayment. So I'm going to link 2 articles down in the description that goes along with this. One is what to do if you're already receiving a notice of overpayment. There's some step-by-step guide there that's going to help you walk through that process. And the other is on the Social Security income limit. Now, this is going to tell you what you can earn and tell you how to get around some of those things as you age as well. And now for mistake number 2, messing up spousal or survivor benefits. I've had more than one client tell me, Devin, I'm going to wait until 70 to file for my spousal benefits so they'll increase. Here's the deal. If a spousal benefit or a survivor benefit is the highest benefit that you are entitled to, there is no need to wait beyond your full retirement age because they will not increase. Now, your own benefit that you earn from work that you performed will continue to increase after your full retirement age. 2/3 of 1% per month that you delay, or 8% per year. However, spousal survivor benefits will not do that. The other big mistake that's within survivor benefits is waiting too long. And I'm not talking about beyond full retirement age here. If you have a spouse that's deceased, let's say that they filed at the earliest age possible, it may not be worth it for you to delay filing beyond 62 years and 4 months. Now, there's a lot of detail to go into. I'm going to link up an article where we discuss that. It comes back to the widow's cap. If your spouse filed, you are limited to the amount you can draw to whatever they were receiving or 82.5% of their benefit. So if you sit there and you wait till your full retirement age, you just miss several years where that benefit actually isn't going to increase. And now for big mistake number 3, not checking your earnings record. So how confident are you that your Social Security earnings record is accurate? Unless you've checked it lately, you shouldn't be too confident that it is. Since the inception of Social Security, there's been more than $1.2 trillion added to the earnings suspense file. Now that's where the earnings go if they can't match those up to an individual. In 2012 alone, there was $71 billion. This happens for a variety of different reasons. Maybe one digit in your social security number is wrong, or there's a few other things that could happen. But the result to you is that you get a 0 in that year. So on an annual basis, you need to download your statement and you need to make sure that those earnings records are accurate and up to date. The reason is that your benefit is calculated based on your highest 35 years of earnings. So if you have a 0 represented there, that's going to be included as well. It's going to bring your average down though. So make sure you go back and check that. They are much more common than you may think they are. And now for mistake number 4, not calculating the tax. So there's a bit of sticker shock that goes in with Social Security taxes when some people retire. You know, they may think, hey, I paid this in through a tax and now I've got to pay tax on it again. Well, you may not have to pay tax. It's dependent on a number of factors, but basically between 0 and 85% of your Social Security benefit could be subject to taxation. And it'll be taxed just like your ordinary income. So distribution from your 401k, your pension, and a number of other things. The way that they determine whether or not this is taxable is a formula called provisional income. Now, I'm going to link up in the description below an article that I wrote that talks about how to calculate provisional income. And you need to get in there and you can kind of figure it out based on the distributions that you're going to make from a variety of sources to see how much of your benefit is going to be taxable. And again, this is not intended to be tax advice, but check with your tax advisor. But it is often a surprise when they find out that 20% of their benefit gets taken away in taxes. And big mistake number 5, relying on the Social Security Administration for advice. Beyond the anecdotal horror stories that I've heard of clients coming in or calling me saying, Devin, this is the advice I received from the Social Security Administration several years ago, and it was wrong the entire time. I've heard that over and over and over. Here's the thing. They're just not equipped to be advisors. They understand the rules, but they do not understand all of the other factors that you have in your financial life that impact how and when you should file for benefits. So don't take advice from the Social Security Administration. If you need hardcore proof, check this out. The Office of the Inspector General did a survey just on survivor benefits. So not spousal benefits and not retirement benefits going to individuals based on their own work records. Just survivor benefits. And found that 9,224 individuals had been underpaid by a total of around $131 million. So that's individuals going in saying, how should I file? A helpful technician telling them, and they were wrong. So do not rely on the Social Security information as your source of advice. It could be hazardous to your health. There are a few places that you can get help, and I'll put the link to that in the description as well. Financial planners can help you. Some attorneys can help you. And there are some ways that you can move through the hierarchy at the Social Security Administration to get the help you need. Very good. Well, that's the 5 ways. If you pay attention to all of those, that should help to keep you safe for sure. Okay, so hang on just a second. I have a free copy of my ebook that I'm giving away. Now, this is the distilled version of the book that you can buy on Amazon right now for $12.99. This is the blueprint. So when I'm looking at the basic elements of the things that are in my book, this is it. You can go out and buy the full version now if you want to, or you can click on the link that's in the description and you can get the free ebook version. And then later you might want to go and buy the full version, but if not, you've got that and it was free. Also, don't forget, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.